Hello guys, we have an 8-game NBA slate for Monday, starting out with New York at Charlotte. On the New York side of the ball, they're on a back-to-back. Julius Randle 9600. This is Charlotte, which they're a team that does play small. They play three-guard lineups. It definitely helps Randle, Mitchell Robinson, some of these guys that do rebound pretty well. So in a matchup where Randle can't take advantage of the paint, this is definitely something, a game that we could see Randall have one of his monster triple double games, getting near over 60 DraftKings points. So he'll be, I'll have some shares in tournaments, but not going to be a core play. RJ Barrett 7100. He just again he shoots really poorly. When you get a game where he does shoot well, yeah, he'll definitely get there. With all these guards healthy, Albert Payne is a lot riskier. The matchup's not bad, but again, just Rivers quickly. Some of these guys who are going to be back, Dennis Smith Jr. even, it hurts all their upside, or hurts Payne's upside. Mitchell Robinson, 5,500. Biombo's undersized. Robinson's going to be able to take advantage of the matchup of Biombo and when PJ Washington goes to the 5. So there is certainly pretty good upside for Robinson here. For the Charlotte side, New York's actually been pretty good against small forwards, point guards as well, but center's where we want to target New York. But Biombo, like, he's not gonna be taking a bunch of shots, so you can't really look just into like that. You have to look at just where the ball goes on this offense. It's all Hayward and the guards. So Ball, Rozier, Graham, they're all gonna be in play still. Ball, I'm probably not gonna play a lot of this guy because of people probably gonna be trying to chase his last triple double game. I'm gonna go to Rozier and Graham definitely a lot more because he's just cheaper, and all three of these guys, they're guards that do provide a lot of peripheral stats. So Graham's gonna be one, and then Rozier and Lamelo. Probably lean Lamelo over Rozier actually. Depends on how the positions work out because Rozier does have dual guard eligibility. Miles Bridges, someone I'll have a little bit of 4,500. He's just someone that can have like a 40-point ceiling. It's just if he plays well, he's gonna get more minutes than he usually does, and that's how you turn 4,500 into a very good tournament game. Memphis side, Valanciunas is going to be back. Unfortunate that he left during halftime last time. Cleveland again, Drummond. He's a big guy, but he's not a great defender. So Joval still without John Moran, Jaren Jackson, he's gonna be able to take advantage of this. He was in foul trouble a lot, pretty much the whole game last time. So he only got 28 minutes. He's not somebody who's gonna play like massive 35 minutes or something, but he's a very productive player when he's out there. So 7,200, he definitely has upside for like a 20 and 15 game. So I like him. Um, but then everyone else, like Melton, maybe Grayson Allen, because he is near the minimum. So just all these guys, they don't play over 30 minutes. Like Tyus Jones, Valanciunas, most likely to get around 30. But everyone else, it's like they really do run a big rotation. They go very deep into the bench. Like Tim Frager's even getting minutes. It's hurting a lot of the guard, like Tyus Jones, Kyle Anderson, guys who ball handle. Cavs side, Andre Drummond, he had a big game last time, so that's something that I don't want to chase. And we're gonna get to someone else later that I just really like at center. So Drummond, yeah, like he has an upside, but 9,200, just doesn't. I can't really go to him when there are a lot of other great center options on the slate. Jenny Osman, if Colin Sexton is still going to be out, then yes, Osman does run a lot more points. So 5,900 against the Grizzlies, he can definitely get up like 40. Dotson, just a little bit too expensive. So Okoro, someone that maybe 3,600 because he's cheap. He's gonna play a lot of minutes, but just he's not really a high usage guy. He basically just is out there to fill up minutes. He's supposed to be a really good defender, but right now, yeah, he's a rookie, so he's not gonna be that great right now. Milwaukee side, Giannis expected to be back here. It's just gonna hurt everyone like Chris, Drew, Portis. So nobody on here is gonna be a core play. I do like Holiday a little bit because Orlando just had a lot of injuries, particularly with like Fultz, Carter Williams. So it's gonna definitely be an easier matchup for our point guards. So Drew Holiday, um, he's someone that definitely has an upside, but Middleton, Giannis again, when everyone's healthy, it's tough to go to these Bucks. Orlando side, Vucevic, 8,900. He did really well last time or in the playoffs against Milwaukee. So I still like him. Vucevic is someone who takes a good number of threes, and Brook Lopez is someone who will go out and contest a lot. Milwaukee, again, they allow 3-point shots. So if Vucevic does get some to go, he can definitely have a big game here. They're gonna need him to have a big game. So for those type of lineups where you're having a buck, you probably want a Magic player. Vucevic's gonna be the guy. Aaron Gordon, he did see 35 minutes last time, but historically he hasn't had great games against Giannis, so it's a little bit concerning. And 6,700 is just not a cheap price tag. Fournier could be back 5,800 because he's missed quite a few games. He's probably gonna be on minutes limit, so not gonna be on him. For Phoenix, this is like a very good matchup against the Wizards. Again, pace up, bad defense. So DeAndre Ayton probably going to be the guy I have the most interest in because now Thomas Bryant is out. So Washington's going to be even thinner at the center position. Now Robin Lopez is a little bit better defensively. Thomas Bryant gets blocks, but just straight up as a defensive center, Robin Lopez is a little bit better. So Ayton still though, because of the matchup against the Wizards, like the overall team, and it's gonna help him a lot. Like Westbrook's gonna be out, so maybe that actually decreases block opportunities. But the Wizards, like they've actually been one of the most blocked teams in the league. So if you're looking at stats like that, Aiden, that's something Aiden's got that going for him. Booker also looks pretty good under 8K now. Prefer Aiden than Booker and then Paul. So Phoenix, they look pretty good, but it's tough to prioritize them because of Philly. For the Wizards side, Bradley Beal without Westbrook. Bradley Beal hasn't had a game where he's been under 40 DraftKings points, which is just absurd. 9,900, yes, it is expensive for Beal, but this really it probably is priced right because of how well he's been playing and also Westbrook being out. So if you're playing the Phoenix Suns player, you definitely want Bradley Beal to run it back. Hachimura, Bertans, I think they're priced right. They're probably going to play a little bit of center, especially Roy. I think Denny Avdia is going to be the second option because without Westbrook, Avdia does see a usage bump. So I like him. His minutes do seem pretty good. And then the center. I do expect Robin Lopez to start, but Mo Wagner probably going to play similar or just a little bit less than Rolo. So Wagner is the way more productive player when he's out there. Aiden, someone who's big, could draw a lot of fouls, so Rolo gets in against the early foul trouble or something. Wagner, he is really cheap, 3,600. If Wagner were to start, that's going to definitely bump Wagner into one of the better value options. Now, Philly, they're going to get back Joel Embiid and Mike Scott. Scott was active, but he just didn't play last time. So because of that, I don't expect Mike Scott to have like a crazy 30-minute game or something. But again, they're still very short-handed. They're only getting back 2 players, and one of them is Embiid, who first he's a center. So Dwight Howard and Tony Bradley split center minutes last game, and now you're adding in Embiid. So these 3 players don't play alongside each other. So that's only going to hurt Howard and Bradley's minutes. And you have Mike Scott coming back from injury, who is a power forward. Maybe he sees a little bit of small forward time, but it's really the other 3 positions. It's going to be filled up by the same dudes: Maxey, Green, Joe, Matthias, Paul Reed. He's 6'9", so he's one of the bigger guys. He's probably going to have to fill up quite a bit of minutes, but he only saw like 26 last time. Yeah, 26 minutes, and he's like a lot of these guys, they're rookies, so Maxey's really the only guy that has. Obviously, he had a great game last time, but still they don't have a lot of guys, and I don't think Maxey should be this cheap. And B's just gonna be probably have like a 40% plus usage rate against Atlanta. Atlanta, they're gonna be better a little bit this year with Capella, but still Atlanta just the pace, and without Simmons and Harris, it's all just gonna be Embiid. So Embiid's gonna be one of the best plays of the slate. And then Maxey, 4,700, he's going to have to run just everything. Embiid, again, he's not someone that can play like 40 minutes. So maybe you see him play like 36, but the other 12 minutes where Embiid's not on the court, Maxey's going to have all that he can handle. So I like Maxey and Embiid the most. I think Mike Scott, even though his minutes might not be that great, he's a minimum price. So at 3K, we've seen Mike Scott have some crazy games when Philly does rest some dudes. So Scott, he's always going to be in play. He's just someone who can score the ball, rebound a little bit. And then everyone else, I think Danny Green, he's okay, 4,700, because all these guys, like, they still have to play big minutes, and they're still pretty cheap. Atlanta, Trae Young, he's probable, 9,400. I do like him because you can run it back easily with him. Now, Collins, again, I prefer him over Capella. just because Capella, he's going to have to deal Embiid. Collins probably going to be dealing with someone who he can easily match well against. Bogdan's going to be lost for quite a bit, so that's going to help Herder, Reddish, Hunter. I do like Reddish a little bit, but he's 5,100, so it's a little bit expensive. Just not going to be a core play. I'd rather go to, again, Maxey, some of these Sixers. New Orleans, Steven Adams is questionable. They might start Jackson Hayes or Willie Hernan Gomez, but they also do play Zion at center a lot, and they just slide everyone down. So we're gonna have to check on that. But the New Orleans side, it's not really like appealing. I think everyone's just priced well, like Zion against 7,800. He can have a big game. Ingram is a little bit expensive now. So yeah, just Lonzo, Bledsoe, they're fine, but just not gonna be core plays. JJ Redick maybe for value, 3,200, someone that just needs to shoot the ball while they get there. But again, Philly, that's just going to be the value. Dallas side, Porzingis is questionable. He was actually listed as the probable starter, but we don't really know if he's going to play or not. I would expect him to be limited either way. So Luka's still going to be pretty good here. 11.3K. Obviously going to like him if Porzingis is out, but Luka, he's just a tremendous player. So gonna have interest in him either way. Kleber is questionable right now because of an inconclusive test. He did test positive, but it's just there's some his situation is just kind of cloudy right now. So if he's out, then with all the other guys out, James Johnson's gonna be looking pretty good. Probably gonna have to soak up a lot of minutes, so he's definitely gonna be an option. And then Toronto side, they're not back to back. They're just priced pretty efficiently. They started Powell. They actually didn't start a center. Boucher got the other center minutes when backing up. So just with these guys all at over 8K, they're just not going to be priorities. Obviously, unless someone sits out because of back to back. Portland side, finally, I'm not going to have to play Nurkic as a core play. Still, I'll have tournament shares of him, but 6,600 against Toronto. They're not as great against centers now, but again, Embiid, he's just going to have to take up a lot of the center spots. So Lillard, he looks fine, 9,700. McCollum, prefer Lillard. Again, just CJ, he's having a great season, but Lillard's the way better player. He's only $900 more. Garrett Trent, rather, 3,500. He's someone who actually gets blowout run, and gets a lot of shots up. When he's hot, he definitely can put up a crazy game. So if we do need him, or if we're trying to fade like the popular chalk Portland, then yeah, Gary Trent will be the guy there. Indiana. Sabonis 9,300. He's a beast. He played a lot of minutes. I don't expect them to put up 20 and 22 again, but Sacramento, they do have Holmes questionable right now, so they're going to be even thinner up front. So Sabonis 9,300, it's just a little bit expensive for me because, before last game, he just hasn't had like a crazy upside game. Like, if you would be happy with 50 DraftKings points, but for tournaments, you probably want someone who can get like 60 or even 70 at 9,300, which I think Beal for a little bit more. He has that kind of upside. Brogdon 8,300. I like him because the Kings are very bad. They're actually the worst against point guards and pretty bad against shooting guards as well. So I like Brogdon. And same thing with Oladipo. Like Oladipo a lot more because of just the shots. He gets a lot of bump with worn out, and also he just needs to knock down his shots. He actually does do pretty well with peripherals, and you have TJ McConnell out, so that just thins up the rotation even more. Like Edmund Sumner is not getting a lot of minutes. He got like 6 last time, so it's more of a focus of these stars. They play heavy minutes. Sacramento side, we're gonna have to wait on some of these injuries with Buddy and Holmes, but these guys are priced pretty efficiently, especially with Fox on a minutes limit. So if he's not, then yes, he would become in play. But yeah, like Bagley, if he starts at center again, sure. Whiteside, maybe they start Bagley at the 4, Whiteside at the 5 because they want to match up better with the Pacers. And in that case, the Whites is gonna look like one of the better value plays at 4,200. So we're gonna have to wait on that. Just still, a lot of news that we have to see. That's just how NBA is this year. So Philly, Embiid, Maxey, and Mike Scott because of the minimum. Gonna be probably very high owned, but you might just have to eat the chalk there. And then Washington with Westbrook out, just gotta play Bradley Beal, especially in cash. And then for the 5th play, Victor Oladipo. So that's gonna be the core 5. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like before you go. And you can find my Twitter at Boffles in the description below. And good luck on the slate, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.